How have we developed our knowledge about the world? How do we know that even if we can't physically see an object, for example our phone, that it's still there even if it's not in our sight? When speaking to someone, how do we know what the other person is able to see, even though we're facing them? How do we know what's fair? Infants and young children have a hard time grasping concepts about fairness and other people's perspectives. It also takes time for them to understand that an object exists even though it's been hidden. How do children and infants develop the logical ability to think through and reason about things? Well, that's what cognitive development is all about. Jean Piaget was a Swiss genetic epistemologist. Genetic epistemology is the study of how we develop knowledge. Piaget was a very bright child. In the beginning, he was studying animals. He wrote his first scientific paper when he was 11 years of age on the albino sparrow. Then he went on to study mollusks. He was trying to figure out how mollusks adapt to different environments. He was really interested in studying non-human animals until he started to have his own children. He was really fascinated by their development and wanted to know, how do young children develop the knowledge that we have as adults? He started out by observing his 3 children and taking lots of notes. From the first few hours of life, he wrote down everything. That's how he came up with his theory on cognitive development, or the development of knowledge and our intellectual abilities. What made Piaget really special was he focused on how children develop knowledge. At that time, developmental psychologists typically looked at when children develop certain abilities, but they didn't really focus on how they develop knowledge. Piaget was really the first person to lay down theories on how children come to develop knowledge. So what's Piaget's theory of cognitive development all about? It's a constructivist theory. Constructivist theory is based on the idea that children actively construct knowledge as they manipulate and explore their world. Piaget believed that instead of teaching children by giving them instructions, it's really the children's ability to explore the world that allows them to construct their knowledge. For example, instead of teaching a child about sand by explaining that sand is little particles of rocks, Piaget believed that a child constructed their knowledge of sand by just going to the beach, touching the sand, playing with it, and feeling it with all their senses. So Piaget was all about active exploration. He came up with 4 main stages to explain how children develop knowledge. Stage 1 is the sensory motor stage, which goes from birth to 2 years of age. Stage 2 is the pre-operational stage that goes from 2 to 7. Stage 3 is the concrete operational stage, which is from 7 to 11 years. Then finally, stage 4 is the formal operational stage, which occurs at around 11 years of age. Piaget's theory is known to be a stage theory because he believed that children construct knowledge one stage at a time. Each stage builds on the one before. Also, he believed that children can't skip through the different stages. They might reach each stage at different ages, but they all nevertheless progress through these 4 stages sequentially. We will go through these stages in great detail in the coming videos.